Hey ladies and gents, this is Linda Chic 777, and today I'm coming at you with a small project. I know it's been a while since you've seen me. My last video I told you I would be gone for a little bit because I was having surgery. A lot of you may not know that I went surgery to have some cancer removed. While they did get all the cancer through the surgery, the type of cells that were associated with the cancer were kind of a rare aggressive type of cell. And so to make most sure that there's not any cells lingering, and everything that they biopsied during surgery, nothing was in it, but because it's such a rare type of cell, I am now going through some chemo, and then I will be going through some radiation. So I will be back as time allows, as my physical body can craft. But I wanted to start back with a small project, okay? And it's so good to see you guys again. Mwah! I've missed you, and I am starting with a small project. We're going to do it in real time here, as much as I prepared some things ahead of time, because, you don't want to see me an hour painting or sewing my papers as I usually do. So I'm going to move my sign out of the way so we get started, and I'm going to show you kind of what I've done ahead of time, okay? So what I started with, I found this box. It's in pieces. I found this box at like a Goodwill or something like that. I think it was like $1 or $1.99 or something like that. And it was like this, and it's basically a notes box, okay, that you can have, sheets in to take some notes with. And so I thought I'd, redecorate it, make it shabby chic and cute. And so what I did first is, since this paper is like, let me show it on this side, it's like a waxy paper, the first thing I did is I went over it with some gesso, okay, just around all the edges, because I'm going to cover the center, obviously, with some paper. So went around with some gesso, and then once I got the gesso dried, I went around with acrylic paint mixed with sand, okay, and ran around with my dauber and daubed it in, and then, all around the edges to give it the texture. And that also helps, since that's a bold print, it also helps cover that, fairly well. Okay, so I've got that set aside just to dry a little bit longer, and I have pre-cut and sewn all my papers. And the papers that I used was Graphic 45. It's the Botanical Tea. We all know this is one of their new collections that came out recently. Beautiful paper. And then I also used Graphic 45 Sweet Sentiments. Thank you, P. My wonderful, beautiful, awesome, most awesome good friend of mine is P. Whimsical Devers here on YouTube, and she sent me this paper. And then I also used just a note card from the stationer's desk, which I have had so many people gift to me. I had quite a few of you gift me some of this in some racks while I was recovering from surgery, and thank you so much, those of you who gifted me some stationer's desk supplies. I love you for it. Mwah! Thank you, thank you, thank you. So I've got these kind of done ahead of time, and I've sewn around the edges of all my paper, and then I distress the edges on all of them, and then I just have a couple, couple little pieces left. I wanted to, so I'm not talking the whole time, just really quickly distress the edges with this Prima tool. If you've not seen this Prima tool, awesome. It's got an edge here to distress. It's got this distressing, and this comes out, and it has some replacements inside of it to use. And I got this tool from Discount Paper Crafts Etsy shop, who I designed for. And I love it. I do have the Tim Holtz tool, but this one is a little bit easier to hold. Not so small, but the Tim Holtz tool, great if you're traveling. And if you've misplaced where you put this, and you know what the Tim Holtz tool is. Never done that before. Okay, so I've got all these ready to go. And what we're going to start doing, and let me show you what I did on the top. For the top of the box, I layered this beautiful paper here. I layered this one, and then over the top I layered some polka dot, and then over the top I layered one of the stationer's desk note cards here, ATC cards, and over the top of this is a little bit, is a piece from the Sweet Dreams collection. Okay? Sweet Sentiments, I mean, collection. So what we're going to do is start gluing. Let me see what I had. Yes, we're going to start gluing. I think this is all dry. Yep. We're going to start gluing our paper down. First thing I'm going to do is I tend to make a pile right in the center of everything, as you can see. I'm sure this will be a two-parter. I'm sure you don't want to sit through an hour video. I was hoping to kind of fast forward this, but, you know, I just don't know. I doubt it. If you're sitting here listening to me, I did not fast forward. Oopsie, just a little piece of scrap there. Okay, let's get busy gluing. I like to mix and match my paper lines, as you'll notice, because the Sweet Sentiments and the Botanical Tea have the same color schemes to them. Obviously, Graphic 45. You can use one papers with others, and then I even put some Prima paper with it, and that works perfectly wonderful because the colors go. I'm not afraid to mix and match my papers and my embellishments. Okay. All right, let's see where we're at. I think, are these all the same length? They seem like I cut them about all the same length. Okay, so we are just gluing our paper down. I want to glue it really good. I have a few racks that I want to do, as well as a swap coming up if I can muster some physical strength to get that done, but she is not in any hurry. Bless your wonderful heart, sweetie. But a little project I can do. And thank goodness throughout all this, I follow a lot of you on YouTube, obviously, and Facebook. I'm chatting away, and all of you are keeping me company. And I do want to take this wonderful moment to thank all of you who are continually praying for me and who message me on Facebook or send me messages here through YouTube. Thank you so, so much. It means the world to me, because I know, you know, you get busy in your real lives, and just to take, 2 seconds to think of me and send me a little note saying you're thinking of me blesses my heart. And now I'm doing this video in real time. I don't know if I mentioned, because I've started and stopped a few times, because a lot of you, you have requested, you want to see how I put things together, and there's no rhyme or reason. How I get my inspiration, obviously, a lot of times on Pinterest, I'll see a lot of projects, and I will save the photos, and then I will print multiple photos up on paper, because maybe I liked how someone used a large bow on something, or maybe I like how they clustered something or something like that. So I'll print up a bunch of pictures and I'll circle what I liked on that, and then that'll kind of just give me some mojo when I'm going to work on my particular project, and kind of jog my memory, go, oh yeah, I wanted to do that certain technique, or I wanted to do, add that certain embellishment, and it works for me. I can't just create on the fly. I wish I could. I envy all of those who can. You just kind of get a bunch of stuff around you and start playing and create on the fly, and I just can't do it. I have to draw it out. I have to write myself notes. I got a plan. I'm a planner. I am a planner. So, and if you're bored of all this, please feel free to fast forward. No worries. I won't take offense. We're just kind of making the box pretty, and then I'm going to try and get this maybe in like a 2-part video, because I know we won't get it all done in one. I don't want to make you sit through that long of a video. I mean, we can certainly try, but I don't know. This is coming along really nicely. really nicely. See, we're starting to look really good. We've got our bottom all together. Our inside almost done. Plus possibly a two-parter because, boy, I just need the strength to create. I've got to create something, but you know, I can't sit down for hours and hours like at least not right now. And that's okay. Got to do what I can do. That piece doesn't quite want to. We're going to take this down just a little bit more. So it's a little more flush. There we go. I don't really like to use hot glue when I'm doing this. Take this down a little bit more because I don't want it to bubble up. And I'm going to turn it around here so I can get it down. There we go. Do the same thing on this side. We'll bring it down a little bit more. Instead of going to my cutter, I can distress the edges a little more and that will shorten it. Trying to get it all in those corners. Okay, and just to FYI, I'm using Beacon 3-in-1 for wet glue. Sometimes I use Fabri-Tac, but I am using the Beacon 3-in-1 for right now. Okay, so we've got our inside of our box and we've got our outside done. Let's go to this one. Let me see if it's dry. I think it is. I'm probably going to. Sometimes when you have that waxy paper, see, I may have to touch up those edges, but I won't worry about it for right now. May be covered up in that. I'm grabbing my paper, this paper cutter, because I'm going to go down just a little bit. I could do it with the distress tool, but I think I need a little bit more than that. It would take me forever. Okay, and then we're going to just go with the edge on this. There we go. Okay. Get down to business. You all wanted to see my creating, right? Half of you are like, I'll just skip to part 2. I don't blame you. I want to make sure I had this, do this the right direction that it actually came apart. Okay. Such beautiful paper. So pretty. That's going to be so pretty. I hope the person I'm making this for, I've got 2 things I've been wanting to make for her since last summer. For one of my people. And then I've got another gal I've been promising her. Oh gosh. I've been promising her since probably last summer too. I keep telling her, don't forget. Barbie, you know who you are, because I just said your name. Don't forget. I haven't forgot about you. Okay, so that's going to look pretty cool. Look at how pretty that's going to look as we're getting near to the end, inside. This, got to make it so it's going to want to close. I may need to adjust that just a skosh. Don't want it bubbling up on us. Okay, let's go to the back. Lots of gluing, but I want you guys to see the process. I love the botanical tea because I love the use of browns and stuff in this collection. It's so pretty. And the pinks with the browns, just gorgeous. I love purples, but I don't scrapbook a lot with purples, but this particular person likes purples and pinks. So now this one I want to make sure I go this route upside down because the way it closes. So I am scrapbooking with some purples. Finish my thought. Look at that. Making sure that this is going to close good. There we go. Now look how shabby that looks. That's kind of cool, huh? I just love that image. It's so pretty. And then this will fit right inside, kind of in the middle. This will fit over the top. Look at that. Look how pretty we are getting along now. So I'm not going to glue it quite yet, of course, because now we're going to start to go and decorate this top part, okay? So we're going to flip it, and we're going to get decorating. Now I've got, let me adjust my camera a bit. I've got some flowers and stuff back there in the back that I have picked out, and some of them, you know, I've got to go ahead and finish, what's the word I keep trying to tell you guys? I want to glitter them, obviously, and I'm going to use this Mr. Huey's Shine to glitter those up. These ones over here I know for sure I want to use, and then these ones over here I'm not so sure, but I'm going to glitter them up anyway. And I like to glitter up as well my little wood pieces. I like to glitter those up a lot. Okay, so let's get this show going so we can get ready to glue away. And I want to get out also some ink to hit the edges of my wood pieces. Some of these things, obviously, it didn't really need to be misted, but they're sitting there so they got the mist. Now you're wondering why I'm not putting purple flowers in there, because there's enough purple on the top. I mean, I've got one, but I don't think I need a lot of purple flowers. I want to make sure I get my fence in here. Yep, I'm going to put a fence on it. I know it's going to be cute. Okay, and what I forgot to get out was, one moment please. Here we go. I want to get out, no, that's the creamy brown, some darker brown, there we go, some darker brown ink, because I want to kind of ink up my edges of these wood pieces just a little bit and let them dry a little bit more. And now my fingers are going to become all glittery. going to let these sit and dry just a little bit. Yep, I got my X and O's. That's what these are. You know I put an X and O on everything just for you guys. I got to have something to differentiate myself. There's my little X and O. Just for you. Okay, I'm going to pop those again with the dryer. Okay, now a lot of these flowers, they came from Recollections. These flowers, these are one of my favorites that has all the different designs in them, the 15 piece. And then my butterfly came from the Prima Lyric Butterfly Focus. There it is, the Prima Lyric Butterflies. My little teeny tiny resin angel. Oh my gosh, isn't that so cute? It came from the new angels, the releases that Prima got out, the resin pieces here. Okay. I've got a wood button over there, and that came from the Lyric. Wood buttons, the Lyric collection. Okay. Got my real trusty, ugly, beautiful glue gun here. Look, you can see all the color on it from my mists and stuff. So we can get going on that. So we can put this little guy together here. All right, okay, and then I've got some real pretty, what I usually start off with when I go, I'm going to bring this back down this way, adjust my camera a little bit. No worries, I'll move this. When I go to create, I usually always start off with, because a lot of you guys are wanting to know, move my big finger out of the way. I start off usually, I got my paper down, I like where it's at, and then I go to town and I start layering with laces. Laces are usually my first things that I layer with. So I pulled out some real beautiful trims here that match the paper really nice, and you're noticing I've got quite a few. This is some beautiful lace that Gisela gifted me in a rack. This is some of the new the $2 laces that come like from Michael's, the $2 laces. And this is just some beautiful silk ribbon. And I've already kind of tied it in a bow, and I think that's where I want it. So I'm going to go ahead and cut it. Okay, because I decided I want a big super duper bow on this project. And I even have one of these, and this is called tatting, and my friend Cynthia made a bunch of these for me. She is wanting, sometime soon when I can get to it, she has made a bunch of these packages up. I'm just going to throw it out there right now, and I will make a video because she has made these to sell, and she's going to sell them. They'll come in sets, so I will make a video sometime soon coming up where you can get these beautiful tatted doilies, and she also made butterflies, just beautiful by hand. If you don't know what tatting is, you use this, I mean, super duper long needle, and it's almost like crochet thread, and it's just the sewing technique that they used to do way back when, like Civil War days and maybe even earlier than that. Beautiful. So that's what tatting is. You know, like I said, I'll come up with that video. So here's the first lace that I'm going to start with. And I like my laces. I don't care if they run long. I think it's cute when they run long. You know, you don't want them too long. I'm going to take just another little bit off here. Yeah, that's about right. And I kind of just want it to hang right off the edge here a little bit because I kind of want this little cupid to show. So I'm going to start where the front looks like the back and the back looks like the front. Doesn't look like any, that looks more like the back. I'm going to say that's the, I'm going to definitely say that's the back. So we're going to start just gluing down a little bit. And I'm going to hang it right off my edge, right about there. Okay, now I've got to start, we can get going with the gluing. I just put a new glue stick in, so it's got to catch it. We'll do probably through, I'll do through the laces here, and then I'll see where the time is on this, and I may cut this short and we'll go on to another segment. Okay. And then the next one I want to do is this beautiful kind of mauve colored lace. Again, I'm going to cut that off just a bit. I'll cut it off about there. Still hanging off the edge. Okay. I'm going to start gluing right about here. I'm just going to glue right along this big seam. I have to go little bits at a time. And what I'm forgetting is my handy dandy little glue gun helper. I got these from Jules for the Jewel box, or this one she gifted me, but I think she still sells these. So I don't have to burn my finger too much. I can pat it down. Okay. And then I'm going to go in with this lace. I like to use a lot of laces. I'm going to go in right over the top with this lace. I'm going to bring this one over just a bit. I'm going to cut it off a little bit more. Just a beautiful, beautiful lace. I'm trying to figure out where about I want my doily. My little handmade doily. I think I'm going to bring right about in here, right before I do my bow. Okay, so now I need to whack me off some of this lace. I'm going to run this one a little bit longer, and I want to find, I think right about there. I go with long laces, and then I start going with the short laces to kind of finish off, because see how this lace, I mean, it's there, but I kind of want to finish off the edge a little more, and this looks more like it kind of finishes it off, this particular lace. And so it hides this raw edge of this one. And yeah, I know it's getting pretty darn, I'm going to have to whack this one off a little bit, pretty darn thick. And then I'm going to go in with this last little bit, and see how this has an edge on it even? Now I'm going to even cover that edge with this, okay? And I'm going to cut off to about there. I'm going to start way up there on this one. Sorry I'm shaky, you guys. My little shaky with my meds and stuff. Okay. All those laces. I didn't think we'd get them all on there, did ya? All on there. Beautiful laces. Looking pretty. Now you got all those different, you know, and a lot of times when I go to layer things and I layer so much, it's because there's so many things I want to put on it. That's how I get so much layering, because it's got to be on there. I just want that on there, and that's how I get to do so much layering. Now I'm thinking about this bow, so I'm thinking I'm going to put that little doily right about in there so you can still see. Let me think on that a minute. I've got my iPad right here. See what I've got going on here. Okay, I know that I want this right about in here, so I know that I want it, my bow right about here. Okay. I am going to do my doily there because I'll be covering that up with flowers and stuff. Okay, and then I've got my bow here, all beautiful. I love the silk ribbon. I found a source online where you could get it pretty inexpensive. I'm going to go ahead and shoot my bow down because all my other stuff's going to go up around it. And I know that I wanted it right about there, right? Okay. So far, this is where we're at, okay? We're almost done with our box. So I'm going to cut this video off right here, and we're going to go on to part 2, okay? Here we go, and thanks for sharing your time with me. I'll see you again soon. Bye.